Aba, ewan ko. May announcement na ba?
Balitaan niyo na lang ako pag meron na.
Di kasi kayo nakikinig ng mga post eh. Nakikinig ng post? Pwede ba yun?
Mapakinggan ng post? Pwedeng-pwede na dahil ang Dabsu may campus radio na. Ito ang Radio Escolar. Catch us live on Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Sigurado, tsak na tsak. Maririnig nyo real-time ang mga announcement at updates na kailangan ninyong malaban. Higit pa doon, merong mga programa at talakayang siguradong magbibigay ng impormasyon at makabuluhang diskusyon sa ating lahat. So, ano pang inaantay nyo? Huwag nyo nang tanungin si classmate. Follow us on Facebook at siguraduhin na naka-like and share ang ating Facebook page. Kita-kits on air! This is Campus Radio, Radio Escolar, your campus on air. You're listening to Don Honorio Ventura State University's Campus Radio, Radio Escolar, live streaming every Wednesday at 10 a.m. via Facebook and YouTube. Ito ang Campus Radio ng Don Honorio Ventura State University, ang Radio Escolar. Pakinggan at makipanayam tuwing Miyerkules ng umaga alas 10, live sa Facebook at YouTube. You're listening to Radio Escolar, your campus on air. Catch us on Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday at 10 a.m. This is Dabsu's Campus Radio, Radio Escolar. Kayo'y nakikinig sa Dabsu Campus Radio, Radio Escolar. You're listening to Dabsu's Campus Radio, Radio Escolar. Kayo'y nakikinig sa Don Honorio Ventura State University's Campus Radio, ang Radio Escolar. Live tuwing Miyerkules ng umaga alas 10 sa Facebook at YouTube. Broadcasting live from Don Honorio Ventura State University. Here is your campus radio, Radio Escolar, your campus on air. This program is brought to you by the Public Relations and Industry Linkages Office through its Public and Media Affairs Unit. Here are your hosts, Katie and Sam. You're listening to Don Honorio Ventura State University's Campus Radio in Radio Escolar, your campus on air. It's another beautiful Wednesday morning. My name is Bianca from the Public Relations and Industry Linkages Office. The time now is exactly 10 in the morning and today is May 22, 2024. Isang good morning Wednesday sa lahat ng ating mga Honorians at sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood sa atin sa ating multiple live streams on Facebook. Magandang umaga, Dabsu community. Parang gusto ko na kayong batiin ng Merry Christmas dahil unti-unti ay nababawasan na ang init na nararamdaman natin at 9 days na nga lang Hunyo na. Pero bago ang lahat, Binabati natin lahat ng may mga birthday today. And of course, I want to make a quick happy birthday shout out to my cousin from Virginia, USA, Elnest. Happy birthday to you, my brother. And good morning din kay Sir Francis Jinko, the newest member of the pack. Galingan mo sa coverage mo dyan sa graduate school. Thank you very much for your assistance. We also want to send our warmest and loudest online support and cheer sa ating mga student athletes who are currently in Tarlac Agricultural University for a week-long SCUA Olympics together with their coaches. Galingan nyo palagi and stay safe and healthy as you bring home the gold. Good morning, Ma'am Sam. Happy Wednesday morning. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. It's really a happy Wednesday morning. Good morning to all our viewers and listeners for today's episode. Yes naman, ma'am, dahil yung athletes natin, I'm pretty sure that they are pumped and hungry to bring home the bacon and the gold medals with them. Kasi ang most coveted champion title ay under na ng kanilang mga belts. Kaya nga at hindi po tayo nakapunta at nakanood ng live dito sa Tarlac Agricultural University. Pero of course, our support is as wild as our Wildcats. And for updates and mga ganap doon, we can follow yung The Industrialist kasi meron silang mga live updates and coverages na from time to time ay ina-update tayo mga Kanorms. And of course, good morning sa ating mga tagapakinig, mga taga-subaybay natin online. Ako po si Sam, ang inyong information officer. Nais kong batiin ang ating mga fellow employees sa DABSU across all campuses ng ating mga masigasig na mga boss at ang mga for sure very, very busy nating students, lalo na yung mga graduating class. And we have some good news for everybody! It's official na, guys. Kung nakita nyo yung aming post last time, yung application po namin for auditions for Radio Escolar ay nagbukas na po yesterday. Yes, yesterday. At magtatapos ang application sa June 30. Ang call for volunteers po natin ay bukas sa lahat ng estudyante, empleyado at alumni ng ating university. Kaya sa lahat ng mga interesado at mga talentadong Honorians dyan, it's your time to shine. Ilabas na po natin ang ating mga talento and let's grab the opportunity and become part of the Public and Media Affairs Unit ng DABSU, especially dito po sa ating campus radio. Right, ma'am?
That is absolutely right, Ma'am Sam. And we are very much excited to meet everyone who will apply. Freshman ka man, senior ka man, English major man or hindi. Kahit anong category, pwede kayong mag-audition. And we are looking for the following. Kasi Ma'am Sam, ang dami na nating inquiries sa ating messenger. Kaya naman we would like to address these. So ang mga hinahanap nating maging volunteer ng Radio Escolar ay mga anchors, broadcasters, scriptwriters, producers, floor directors, voice actors, and more. And of course, this is a voluntary work. Baga walang usapang pera, wala tayong sweldo dito. But of course, more than the monetary compensation, it is the experience and exposure that will make your journey and stay in DABSU worthwhile. So, do not forget the link and the form. They're both posted sa ating mga Facebook pages for your easy access.
And actually, ma'am, meron nga po akong nakita. Sabi niya, sayang naman, graduating na ako. And the good thing is, katulad po ng nabanggit ninyo, even yung mga alumni natin, kahit alumni ka na, pwede kang mag-volunteer. Kaya let's remind them na lang today, ma'am, na mag-fill out na lang sila ng form at kailangan ay may permission muna sa kanilang mga immediate supervisors para po sa ating mga employee applicants. And sa mga students naman, we need only yun pong mga permission from our Office of Culture and Arts Director, Sir Will Cruz. Pwede din doon sa mga OCA coordinators po natin. Para yung mga nasa regular campuses, hindi na nila kailangan pumunta dito sa main campus para doon sa kanilang permit form. And of course, you heard it right, open to all campuses ito, hindi lang dito sa main. Kasi syempre, this is a campus radio, so this is open for all campuses. Kaya na-excite po talaga kami na marinig ang maraming boses. Hindi lang estudyante, hindi lang empleyado, hindi lang ang alumni. And sooner or later, we will open this sa ating mga stakeholders. And hope to see you all here and hope to hear you here in our Radio Escolar very, very soon.
Excited na din ako dyan sa auditions, Ma'am Sam, kasi we're cooking up something na talagang matutuwa ang ating mga auditionees. And then, once pumasa pa sila sa screening, i-expose din natin sila sa mga iba't ibang klaseng training. So, could you just imagine that, no? Nagagawa mo na yung interest mo, something that you're passionate about, and then pwede ka pang makagain ng iba't ibang skills out of the training that we will give them. Kaya naman, we hope to see a lot of you applying. And, isa pang importanteng balita, Ma'am Sam, ha? Next week, tentatively, on the 29th, pero i-confirm natin ito maya-maya, ay magaganap ang USC at LSC Elections 2024. Kasi nga, malapit na pong matapos ang termino ng ating mga outgoing officers sa pamumuno ni Mr. Paul Andre Macaspac, ang USC President for the term 2023. Naging abala na nga ang mga student COMELEC natin sa DAVSU sa kanilang paghahanda para sa gaganaping election, and base sa mga nakapost sa kanilang FB page ay nakalathala na ang mga rules and regulations sa campaign period na nagsimula noong May 20 at matatapos ngayong May 26. At ipa-flash ko sa inyong mga screen yung official page ng S-COMELEC para lagi kayong updated sa mga announcement nila. Kaya click on that link para alam niyo yung mga latest announcements.
Yes, ma'am, that's right. And alam mo, ma'am, I think mahalaga talaga yung college level pa lang nasasanay na tayo at na-exercise tayo bilang estudyante, di ba? Tayo din, ma'am, nung nag-aaral tayo kasi as early as today, kailangan yung ating critical thinking at yung right to vote natin ay nagagawa talaga natin. And as much as possible, as early as we can, yung na-expose na rin tayo sa mga ganitong bagay. Kasi yung ganitong mga opportunity, it will give us the right decisions, or it will give us an opportunity to make the right decisions in choosing yung mga magiging leaders nila. Like dito sa university pa lang, what more yung pagdating sa talaga, like national leaders natin, yung mga political leaders natin dito sa nation and in our country. Kung tuisin nga po, next year ay election season na naman. Kaya for me, this student election season is not just a simple student activity kasi, and this should not be taken lightly dahil dito pa lang makikita na natin yung conviction and potential ng ating mga students to become responsible and responsive citizens of our society. Kaya bilang mga estudyante, kailangan gawin din natin yung part natin. Hindi tayo yung parang nagre-receive lang palagi ng kung ano yung nakikita or nababasa natin. We have to know, we have to investigate, and we have to really care about this. Kaya sa lahat ng ating mga candidates, wala man kayo ngayon dito sa live, pero kung kayo ay nanonood, we wish you good luck and all the best, and God bless sa inyo. And I hope na sino man yung manalo, magkaroon talaga siya ng great contribution sa ating student community dito sa DAVSU. Hindi lang dito sa DAVSU, even yung ating mga stakeholders. Kasi yung lalo na yung magiging regent natin, di ba ma? Magiging part siya ng board. So every may mga important meetings, siya yung magre-represent sa student body.
Exactly. Yeah, and I couldn't agree more, Miss Sam, kasi you know what, just a little insert no ng personal experience ko. When I was in college, and shout out sa aking alma mater, I had the opportunity to serve for 2 terms sa aming USC. So the first time, I was secretary, and then the second time, I was president.
Ooh.
So naiintindihan ko na hindi talaga biro, tama ka, no, yung responsibility ng isang student regent, because you embody the entire studentry and your decisions are always anchored to the common good. Isa kang role model, inspirer, innovator, mediator, problem solver, ang dami mong functions. And syempre, on top of those roles and functions, bilang isang USC officer, nandyan pa yung estudyante ka. May ACADS ka, may co-curricular ka, may extracurricular ka, na kailangan mo ring i-prioritize. Kaya looking back, hindi ko alam paano ko na pagsabay-sabay lahat ng yon, but thankfully I did. So I am pretty sure kaya din ng ating mga honorarians yan. And this morning, we are grateful kasi the student COMELEC accepted our invitation as we have a few questions for them regarding the upcoming election. Kaya naman, wag na nating patagalin pa. Let us greet them a happy Wednesday morning. Good morning sa ating mga representative from the S-Comelec, starting off with, of course, the S-Comelec chairperson. Good morning, Mr. Carlos Alexander Clavel.
Good morning po, Honorian, sa mga nanonood po ngayon ng Radio Escolar. Together po sa electoral board po.
Thank you, Sir Clavel. Good morning din sa ating co-chairperson na si Mr. Kevin John Abarca.
Good morning po, Honorians.
Thank you, sir. And we are also joined by the Executive Secretary to the Electoral Board, the only rose among the thorns. Nandito si Ms. Blessy Joy Sazon. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po to everyone, to the Davsu community, and of course to the Honorians.
Thank you, Ma'am Blessy, Sir Kevin, and Sir Carlos for gracing our show. Welcome to the program. Bago natin pag-usapan ng mainit-init na election next week, kukumustahin muna namin kayo. Buhay pa ba tayo sa ACADS natin?
Po, ako muna po siguro yung unang mag-share. Bali po, I'm a graduating student from Senior High School Department, currently grade 12. So, ayun po, medyo busy and ayan, mahirap pong pagsabayin ang ACADS and leadership. Pero kailangan mo lang siguro, sabi nga po nila, time management. And kailangan ayusin mo po yung mga task mo para at least ma-accomplish mo po lahat ng mga kailangan mong gawin.
Exactly. So high school pa lang pala itong si Miss Blessy. Akala ko college student na. What about si Sir Carlo or si Sir Kevin? Kumusta naman? Are we in college and how do we survive college or how are we surviving college so far?
So ako po si co-chair as third year at EIS program po. And yung major na ginagawa lang po namin as of now is yung FISI po and the defense po. So far kaya naman po to manage po with the S-Comelec duties po.
That's nice to hear that you're coping very well. What about si chairperson? Kayang-kaya pa ba natin?
So far, ma'am, okay naman po. I'm Carl po ulit from the College of Business Study. Bali, hindi ko po ngayon Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management. Bali, so far po, ma'am, kinakaya naman po. Bali, kailangan nyo lang po talaga siguro alamin kung ano po dapat unahin at i-label po yung mas kung ano po yung priority. Pero so far po, ma'am, nakakayanan naman po and happy na rin po kami na patapos na rin po kasi mag-election na po.
Nice. Congratulations in advance dahil nadja-juggle nyo lahat ng responsibilities ninyo as early as now. Ngayon naman, no, after we discuss itong inyong mga personal and academic responsibilities, bigyan natin ng pansin at pag-unawa itong isang trabaho ninyo bilang parte ng Student Comelec. Tama ho ba, Ma'am Sam?
Yes, that's right. Actually, yung ibang estudyante kasi natin, maybe hindi sila aware kung ano ba talaga yung ginagawa ng Student Comelec, especially yung mga first-time voters natin. So gusto namin malaman, ano ba yung S-Comelec and what did you do?
Bali, for the Davao Student Commission on Election po, ma'am, bali kami po yung nagko-conduct ng election per end of academic year para sa mga uupo po ng upcoming LSC and USC for the next academic year po. Bali, ayun po yung work ng magiging ng Student Commission on Election under ni Office of the Student Affairs po.
Alright. So technically, parang kung meron tayong Comelec na nagmo-manage sa mga political natin, elections, kayo is like Comelec ng student elections of Davao. Tama ba? Okay. Kaya yung
Yes,
mga
ma'am.
first voters natin, it's their responsibility to know who is this Comelec na to, kung sino ba sila, what they do, what are their responsibilities, kasi it is something that will also affect yung magiging run through ng buong election. Diba? So going to the preparations for the elections, ano ba yung mga preparations and na ginagawa natin as of today, kasi next week na siya, di ba? yung student election.
Yes po, ma'am. Bali yung mga preparation po namin ngayon, bali, yung phase po ng USN LEC po ngayon, nasa campaign period na po sila. Tapos after that, target date po namin ng meeting the avance, this May 27 po sana. Pero kung may mga unexpected situations po siguro ma'am, mamumove din namin po. Bali, kiniconsider din naman po kasi namin yung mga students po.
Alright.
Ma'am Sam,
Oh,
meron
yeah.
lang akong tanong sa kanila, if I may butt in. Na-mention nila kanina that tentatively the election will happen on the 29th. May I ask po, ma'am and sir, will it happen on-site or online po ba yung mode of election natin for the USC and LSC?
Yung mode of po natin, election po natin, hybrid po siya, ma'am. Yung sa mga nasa school po, yung mag-face-to-face, mag-online po, mag-face-to-face election po sila. Then may mga naka-schedule po kasi na online po naman na mga naka-class na online. Bali, yun po yung mag-online voting po niyan sila. Bali, hybrid po yung setup natin for this year election po.
Okay. And it will be open from 8 a.m. until 5 in the afternoon or may certain time frame lang po na pwedeng makaboto ang mga botante natin?
Yes po, ma'am. May certain time lang din po sila para makapag-vote po. Para din magamit po natin ng maayos yung time na binigay po sa kanila at maging responsible po sa pag-vote. Kasi may naka-indicate lang po na time sa kanila po.
Quick question ako, ma'am, kasi nabanggit nila yung hybrid. So parang first time kong makarinig ng election ng hybrid. Paano, kasi di ba maging hybrid siya, so paano natin ma-ensure na yung hybrid elections, like for example, hindi sila magkakaroon ng more than one na vote? Kasi curious ako kasi hybrid siya. First time kong nakarinig na may hybrid elections.
So bali po, yung conduct po namin is on the last part po nung pag nakulat na po yung vote is magkakaroon po kami na manual cross-validation together with, of course, kailangan po namin na manpower. Kasama po namin yung buong technical working group from each colleges po and for verifying po the votes. Kung doon naman po sa online setup po ng voting is we believe po na mas okay po is yung yung forms po is like one entry lang po siya para po ma-ensure na yung vote po is one lang. And then po yung po sa sa face-to-face setup po, if nakabalot po kasi yon. Bali yung ang magmo-monitor po nun is yung mga naka-assigned na commissioners per colleges po. Meron pong serial number yon, I believe, na kung ilan po yung tao dun sa loob ng classroom, yun lang po yung bilang ay yung parang range ng serial numbers na mga So kapag po may absent, possible po na maging void po yung vote nila since wala po sila din sa present na
Okay, so I wish you good luck din sa bilangan natin. Mukhang magiging super madugo. Yan, laban.
Medyo matrabaho yung manual, cross-referencing both accounts. Ma'am, sa may follow-up question lang din ako. Halimbawa ako, during the time of the election, I am at home for my online classes and I am allowed to vote in a certain period lang. Should I be using my official DAVSU account or may I use my personal account when voting?
Yes po, ma'am. Bali, po siya? Bali, DAVSU account lang po, ma'am, yung i-allow po na mag-vote online para mas malaman po natin na taga-DAVSU po talaga yung nag-vote po at bona fide student.
Oh, okay. Sa pagpaplano niyo po, mga ma'am and sir, syempre it will require manual counting across digital counting kasi yung online parang ang bilis nun, you just retract or retrieve the data and then that's the result. Unlike with manual counting and then cross-checking, ilan po kayo sa commission and naka-ready na ba ang lahat sa gagawin nila para ma-ensure natin, say for example, in about 3 to 4 days or 5 working days, meron ng resulta ang election?
So, bali po is pine-prepare na po namin yung commissioners together with their technical working group po. So, bali meron po kaming overall, I think nasa 120 plus na manpower po, kasama po yung electoral board. Bali kami po yung magka-conduct po ng manual verification po.
Mhm. Okay. So, good luck talaga. Pero alam naman namin na kaya yan. And you are really preparing for that. Dun sa ating namang mga live listeners and viewers, if you have questions tungkol dito sa ating student elections, you can comment down below so we can read it and maitanong natin sa ating mga guests for today. Ayan. So we have checked your page and actually ang daming reminders and sana nababasa siya ng mga students natin, no? Pero if you have urgent and important reminders to our students, pwede nyo naman, we can give you the floor now kung meron kayong mga parang quick reminders. Ayan. If you have quick reminders, for our students, kahit na naman yung ating Facebook page or yung inyong Facebook page ay talagang active for today's election, baka meron kayong mga quick reminders sa ating mga student voters. You can say it now.
Quick reminders? Quick reminders po, I think, is with election po, is kilatisin po nila na maigi yung candidate. Of course, kahit wala siyang kalaban, alamin din po natin yung power ng abstain. Kasi yan po ang pinakamahalaga. Lalo na po, sinasala din po kasi namin yung mga candidates. Mas maigi na po na yung pipiliin po nila is yung tingin nilang karapat-dapat na maupo sa pwesto. Evaluate po nila yung mga platforms nila, yung kung ano po ba yung talagang magiging silbi nila or ano yung magiging ways na gagawin nila in order to promote healthy environment po dun sa council po na upuan nila. Pwede din po silang sa nalalapit pong meeting, bago po makalimutan, sa nalalapit po namin meeting de avance po, ini-encourage po namin na maki-join po or mag-participate po yung Honorian community para po magkilatis ng maigi po yung mga candidates. Do you have any other po
Siguro I think yung executive secretary.
More on we encourage the Honorians po na mag-engage po sa mga live po ng ESCOMELEC and together po yung mga LSC pages po nila para at least po malaman at makilala po talaga nila sino po yung humahabol for the University Student Council and for the local student council.
And through this platform po ma'am, we encourage din po, thank you po ulit sa pag-invite po sa Radio Escolar. Bali, through this platform po, we encourage po yung mga students po natin, yung vote po nila is sobrang importante po para sa magiging university and local student council po nila na magiging katuwang po ng colleges po natin para makita po yung mga concerns ng mga estudyante po nila sa kanilang mga colleges po.
Yeah, I hope our students are taking down notes dun sa mga reminders ng ating ESCOMELEC because these are really relative and important reminders from our commission. Now, bago yung next query natin sa kanila, Ma'am Sam, I just would like to inquire on this one kasi syempre, when we invited the ESCOMELEC, we were reviewing some of their posts on social media, particularly sa page nila sa Facebook. And could you confirm, mga sir and ma'am, wala nga hubang nag-qualify na candidate for the College of Business Studies for this upcoming term? And how do we address or manage that po?
For that concern naman po sa CBS po, bali, ulitin ko lang din naman po yung dun sa statement ko with Industrialist po. Bali, dalawa lang po talaga yung nag-file ng candidacy, which is yung sa Gov and Vice Gov. And sa medyo nakakalungkot lamang po na hindi po sila na umabot sa passing score po na nakalagay po sa implementing rules and regulation po ng ESCOMELEC 2024 po.
Mm-hmm. So we just have to deal with the situation. Talagang kung yun lang yung nag-qualify, sila lang yung magsaserve na term nila should they not be abstained by the voters. Okay. And also, I'd like to make a quick follow-up lang din, Ma'am Sam, and to our guest. Ilang percentage ba ang kailangan nating i-determine para masabi natin ng isang candidate officially elected ng kanyang mga constituent? Like for example, yung mga walang kalaban, obviously, they have to meet a certain criteria, tama? So, ilang percentage ng vote ang kailangan meron sila to be proclaimed winners?
So, bali po yung percentage po is based po sa CDL na nakalagay po. Dapat po garner niya po yung 40% po ng turnout, vote turnout po. 40% po yung dapat na ma-reach niya.
40%. Madami din yun, Ma'am Sam, ha?
So, kung meron tayong, I think, 40,000 students.
Yes, around that figure.
So, madami din yung 40% ha. Dahil hindi ko kaya mag-mental. Kung na natin alamin kung kailan. Pero,
Oo,
ayun.
Pag-usapan. Pero, ang ganda rin ng rule na yun kasi it doesn't mean na wala akong kalaban, automatic sa akin yung position, no? The studentry still has to believe in me for them to vote for me and for me to be proclaimed winner. So that's a good one. Alright.
Kasi kapag hindi na-reach yun, ma'am, nagkakaroon, if I'm not mistaken, parang failure of elections pa ang tawag sa men. Kapag hindi na-reach yung 40% lang. Okay, so ano lang, what if question, dahil kapunta tayo doon, what if magkaroon ng failure of election, paano yung magiging process? Kasi katulad ng sinabi niyo, parang hindi dahil walang kalaban is sure win na siya. So what if magkaroon ng failure of election, ano yung role ng SCOMELEC sa ganun?
So bali po, i-clarify ko po muna yung kanina po.
Okay.
Alright. I think we are having a difficulty in terms of connection. Tama po, Ma'am Sam?
Yes. Ayan na, ma'am. Ayan.
Yan.
They're back.
But,
Okay.
i-clarify ko lang po ulit. Bali po yun dun po sa 40%, sa turnout po siya. Hindi po siya dun sa overall population po ng students. Sa turnout po. Voted.
Okay, so for example, may 20,000 na nag-vote, yung 40% nun. Okay,
Yes,
sige. Thank you for that clarification. Ayan, para aware din yung ating Honorian community sa mga paggagawin nila. Yan, di ba?
Correct.
Ayun.
Yung
So,
question
yun,
natin kanina, balikan natin.
ayun,
What
yung
if,
what if, anong role ni SCOMELEC sa ganun?
Bali po, if ever po wala, and we hope po na hindi po dumating sa part na failure of election kasi we believe po na yung mga candidates po is passionate enough and willing to serve po. And if dumating po sa point na gano'n po, is magkakaroon po ng discussion pong electoral board with the proper process po na in accordance po siya of course sa CBL po ng SCOMELEC.
Alright, thank you for that clarification. Kasi, madalang or usually, di ba, madalas pag mga election na ganyan, yung mga kalaban. Pero sa atin, ang nangyari is dahil merong mga positions na walang kalaban. So, parang what if question. Pero yun, thank you for all your answers and clarifications para sa ating mga student voters. Ngayon naman, let's make this discussion lighter na. Baka meron kayong mga gustong i-greet or i-shout out. Ayan, sige, si Ma'am Secretary.
Ayan po, we would like to shout out po our Secretary General, which is Maria Christine Asuncion, and our, of course, Head Commissioner, DJ Carl Laksa po, na wala po ngayon due to the, meron po silang academics. And of course, yung mga commissioners po natin, together with their TWGs, and of course, to the Honorians po.
And lastly po, shout out din po sa advisor po namin na very supportive.
Yes.
Si Dr. Mark Joseph Layo po and Ma'am Pamela Lico. And thank you din po kay Ma'am Dr. Gloria Gigante po for the trust po na binigay niya rin po sa amin na kami po yung binigay na sa magiging Student Commission on Election po. Thank you for that.
Alright. Ikaw, sir. Baka meron pang
Sir
gusto i-shout out. Ayan, Sir Kevin.
shout out ko lang po siguro yung technical working group po ng buong ESCOM po for the hard work for the past few weeks and days po na dumaan. Bali, wala po yung ESCOM today kung wala rin po sila. Yun po.
Oh, thank you. Sige, ma'am.
Alright.
Kayo po.
Yes, of course, we would like to thank our ESCOMELEC in the persons of Mr. Carlos Alexander Clavel, the chairperson, Mr. Kevin John Abarca, the co-chairperson, and Ms. Blessy Joy Sazon, the executive secretary of the Electoral Board, and the other members of the commission. We wish the organization a successful election, and of course, the voters know to be smart in your choices and that you vote for the right and deserving candidate. We also would like to thank your advisors, si Ma'am Pam and si Sir Layug, and of course, Dr. Gloria B. Gigante for allowing us to invite you over to this episode of Radio Escuelar. I understand, meron pa kayong oral defense after this. Alam ko, busy kayong mga person kayo. Kaya good luck sa inyo and thank you very much and God bless. Bye, ESCOMELEC!
Thank you po, ma'am. Ingat po.
Around.
Ayan,
Alright.
Bianx, dahil nabanggit nyo po na yung ating mga ESCOMELEC na kakaayos lang ay mga busy sa ACADS. I'm pretty sure, ma'am, na napaka-timely din ng isa nating topic today. Pero bago ang lahat, maliban po dun sa, di ba, maliban sa schoolwide elections, meron tayong mga kaganapan na paparating dito this coming weeks. At ito yung nagpapakaba talaga sa ating mga students. Ano nga ba ito? Ito yung, di ba? Finals, end of school year. Kaya sa ating mga live viewers and listeners, you can comment down below kung ano ba yung mga schedule natin dyan sa May 20 to 26, lalo na sa ating mga graduating, at yung June 3 to 9 naman sa ating mga lower year level. Ang tamang sagot ay may plus 5 sa quiz. Pero dahil hindi kami ang mga teacher, eme lang yun. Malalaman natin yung kasagutan patapos ang ilang mga balitang dapat ninyong malaman sa nakalipas na linggo.
Nagbabalita mula sa bulwagan ng Don Honorio Ventura State University. Ito ang Campus Radio, Radio Escuelar.
Radio Escuelar is now in search for campus radio volunteers. Next, Camarines Norte State College visits DAVSU for its best practices. Honorians received payout from AICS program of DSWD. Lastly, medal quest begins as DAVSU Wildcats joins SUC3 Olympics. At yan ang ating mga balitang dapat ninyong malaman mula sa DAV.
At sa usaping pambansa at pang-internasyonal, narito ang ulat ni Tina G. Santos ng Inquirer.net. Senators warn of new maritime case versus China. Naku. Ito na nga ang article. Manila, Philippines. The Philippines may file another case against China if it implements its new policy of detaining for up to 60 days without trial foreigners, particularly Filipinos, crossing waters it claims are under its jurisdiction, two senators said on Sunday. Should Beijing dare push through with this illegitimate regulation, the Philippines' hand may be forced to sue them again in the Hague Tribunal. Senator Risa Ontiveros said in a statement referring to the Permanent Court of Arbitration, which ruled in 2016 that China's 9-dash line claims to almost the entire South China Sea were invalid. Senator Francis Tolentino expressed the same sentiment in an interview with Radio DZBB, saying the government could file a new case against China before the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea or ITLOS or the International Court of Justice or ICJ. Importanteng may alam, importanteng may pakialam. And those are the news you must know from DAVSU and the nation at large. Magbabalik po kami malipas ang ilang paalala. Broadcasting live from Don Honorio Ventura State University. Here is your campus radio, Radio Escolar, your campus on air. This program is brought to you by the Public Relations and Industry Linkages Office through its Public and Media Affairs Unit. Here are your hosts, Katie and Sam. Stress ka na ba sa mga ACADS mo at hindi alam ang gagawin? Project dito, OD doon, demo dito, report doon. Para bang isang malaking joke ang lahat na hindi mo na kayang tawanan? Kayang tawanan? Teka! Let's pause, rewind and unwind. Join the conversation that will help you relax and ease your mood and find helpful ways to make your academic journey a breeze. Keep a calm mind, relax your body, and find your zen. Come, let's have a cup over learning lightly. 10 a.m. Wednesday, live via Facebook.
And we are back! Kayo ay patuloy pa rin nakikinig sa Radio Escolar ng DAPS, your campus on air. Kanina nga ay meron tayong cliffhanger question and we asked our viewers kung ano ba yung most dreaded activity nila this week. And sa first week of June, tingnan natin if may nakakuha ng tamang sagot.
Meron ba kaya? Baka naman nag-ini-mini-mini-mo sila.
Ayun na nga, isa sa mga hindi inaabangan ng ating mga estudyante ay ang final exam week. Ayan, wala sa comments, pero meron sa PM. Nahihiya sila sa personal. Kaya naman parang Halloween ang peg kapag naririnig ang exam week dahil parang may pulto na yata ng mga due date ng projects, oral defense, demo teaching, at internship yung ating mga estudyante. Right, ma'am?
Yes. Diba? Naku, Miss Sam, alam natin yan kasi pinagdadaanan din natin yan not so long ago even to this date sa grad school and sa work at ang mga tinatawag nating due date. Ang mga due date ay waiving all the time. Sabay-sabay din for sure ang mga project at ibang requirements at deadlines. Kaya naman, mapapatanong ka na lang, how to survive finals? Let's take a break muna kasi from the hassles of the finals week at pag-usapan natin ng kalmado at malaliman kung at ano ba at paano nga ba makasurvive ng isang zombie apocalypse. Ay, hindi pala zombie apocalypse. Finals week pala. Sa ating mga viewers, kung meron po kayong pro tips dyan kung paano mapapadali ang workload at academic stress ng ating mga student, let us know in the comment section. Kami naman ni Ma'am Sam, laging handa. Kami ay mga Girl Scout. Kaya kami ay maglilista or magbibigay sa inyo ng 5 powerful tips na may kasamang dasal at fiber para maganda sa gut health. Para matulungan kayo o ang ating mga estudyante to cope with their academic requirements. Ready na ba tayo, Ma'am Sam?
Yes, we are ready dahil tayo ay always ready dito sa Radio Escolar. Kaya start tayo, ma'am, sa tip number 5.
Okay, tip
number 5. Tip number 5. Let's establish, practice, and maintain self-care. Actually, ma'am, itong self-care kasi ngayon, di ba, parang lately, ito na yung priority ng mga tao, lalo na yung mga Gen Z natin. Yung katulad ng, mas pinipili na natin yung mental and emotional health, yung sinasabi bang self-love, yung mga ganyan. Tapos yung
pagkain ng tama, pagtulog ng enough, pagpapahinga. Ay, wait lang, parang adulting to. Yung parang mas piliin mo na yung sa bahay kaysa yung lumabas. And of course, it's good din na may balanced work and leisure tayo. Kung mga
Correct.
introvert naman, parang yung leisure kasi nila is mami, yung parang me time. And hindi naman lahat na me time ay malungkot. Yung iba, they just want to rest. Yan. We can also have exercise or we can meditate. We can listen to music din. Yung mga ganyang bagay. Madaming factors or maraming possible na gawin. Ayun. Yung
Exactly.
dito is, sabi nga kung pwede lang nating hatiin yung ating katawan or magkaroon ng maraming tayo. Kasi we can't work on all our tasks if you are weak in all aspects. Diba?
Yes. Actually, ang primary consideration talaga natin if we would like to become effective with our ACADS or even our workload as employees, yung holistic approach natin to maintaining our health. Kasi pag sinabi naman nating health, hindi lang yan yung physical health, hindi lang naman yung pocket health natin, but also our mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. If we look at our body as a system, as a network, mas maintindihan natin kung hanggang saan yung capacity natin bilang tao ay yung acknowledgement na kaya kong gawin to, pagod na ako, teka lang, I'll take a break muna, whatever fits my fancy, kumbaga, kung ang aking way of distressing ay pagkain ng paboritong pagkain, or paglabas, or pag-meditate, or pag-exercise, whatever will help you de-stress, kailangan talaga you give it to yourself, It's a form of self-care. Kasi kadalasan, ma'am, people might think, pag self-care, kailangan expensive. Yung kailangan pumunta ng spa, magpa-massage, banat ng buhok, magpa-derma. But actually, there are different ways that would not cost you a lot of peso para lang ma-relax yung pag-iisip at pangangatawan mo. And you were right when you mentioned yung simpleng pagkain ng tama at pagtulog ng tama at sa tamang oras, that enough hour of sleep and quality of sleep, malaking bagay na iyon for us to be able to, do the tasks that we have at hand, di ba po? And merong comment actually sa atin, ma'am. Nag-DM yan sa atin
Yes.
sa Radyo Espelar.
Sabi ni Allen Rosario, one of the ways he copes with stress is being active on sports like taekwondo and he walks to reflect. Yung iba, basketball or gym. Ikaw,
What
ma'am,
about
meron ka
you,
bang
Ma'am
iba?
Sam? In terms of physical activity to distress, anong kadalasan mong ginagawa? Kasi guilty ako. Ako even walking I cannot do.
Ang ginagawa kong physical activity po is mag-walk. Minsan, even yung during lunch breaks, kahit na malayo yung Dubai, Dubai
Oh, yeah.
dance. Minsan na yun yung ways ko to distress, yung mag-walk kahit mainit. May sunscreen
Oo.
naman.
Correct. Actually, walking should be part of our daily routine kasi nga sabi nila, lalo na sa atin who works a lot in the office na nakaupo, the next worst thing to cigarettes is prolonged sitting. Kaya naman kailangan talaga we find time, that conscious effort to really stand up and do some stretching and walk. Dahil kung hindi, talagang magkakasakit tayo sa murang edad natin, right? And then, according naman kay Kay Salawad from our FB page, matulog. Yun daw yung kanyang pinaka-way kung paano siya makapag-cope sa kanyang academic stresses. And then from Kian Malonzo Sembrano, bago matulog, meron siyang isang ginagawang bagay and that is to rant. Magra-rant muna daw siya bago siya matulog. At least, nagkakaroon siya ng emotional unloading bago siya mag-rest. Yan ay according to kay Kian Malonzo Sembrano from our comments. And then, sabi naman ni Sir Arvin Tuazon, ito medyo nakakatawa pero it makes a lot of sense. Sabi niya, tingin lang po sa mirror, masyado akong maganda para magpa-stress. Georgette thing, sabi niya ganon. Actually, that positive mindset, na we don't really take stress seriously kasi it's part of all the things that we do. We remain positive, yung parang we don't really let it sink in our system and our minds. It helps a lot, in making sure that we could really perform our task on a daily basis. right? So proceed tayo ngayon sa tip number 4. Ito practical ito From approaching the body holistically, now let's look at some external materials that we can use. So kailangan meron kayong organizer and calendar. So kailangan iset nyo yung priority ninyo, alam nyo yung mga deadlines, isulat nyo para maalala ninyo. Etong number 4, medyo tentative ako dito, Ma'am Sam, kasi yung iba, they're more effective kapag nagra-rush. But ako personally, I advise, do not procrastinate kasi nakaka-rattle yon, personally speaking. And then time management is of course key. We have, sabi nga nung isang TikTok content that I saw online, everybody's given 24 hours equally, but not everybody consumes 24 hours similarly. So kailangan meron tayong 24 oras. Alam natin paano siya gamitin. And one more advice that I got from online, sabi niya, it's not actually time management. It's energy management. Anong oras mo gagamitin itong percent ng energy mo and so on and so forth. And then having your calendar with you will of course give you organization, di ba? It will also give you direction and you can manage your expectations and activities. Kaya nga Ma'am Sam, sabi dito ni IZZ sa comment natin, medyo mahaba-haba. Anong sabi niya, Ma'am?
Ang sabi niya, I firmly believe that academics only get stressful when tasks become overwhelming to such a point where it becomes a struggle to finish a single task in a given period of time. Let alone, sometimes we tend to find ourselves scrolling on SOCNET as an escape without even realizing the complacency it brings. I should know. Sabi pa niya, I feel I've learned that whenever I'm swamped, creating a curated list of my paperwork according to priority has always been an effective method to reducing or preventing stress. Trust me, it helps, but only with proper discipline. Remember, college is not merely about survival. It's about mastering self-discipline and a sense of responsibility. Padayon. Kaya naman I consider myself as fourth runner-up. Yung beauty queen ang sagot ni Madam.
Yes, and I thank you. Pero Ma'am Sam, it makes a lot of sense yung sinabi niyang last part na above all else, it's just a matter of self-discipline. Kasi sometimes tayong mga tao, napaka-double standard natin. Like for example, I have the energy, I have the time, I have the resources to go out with my friends, hang out, watch a movie, do whatever I fancy. But when it comes to my workload, when it comes to my ACADS, pagod ako. Right? So, what IZ is trying to tell us here is that for us to build that discipline within us, na kapag alam nating accountable tayo sa bagay na yon, kailangan talaga bigyan natin ng prioritization and attention, di ba? Hindi yung we would use our time and effort on other things tapos mapag-iiwanan yung mga kinakailangan talaga natin gawin. So that makes a lot of sense, no? That was a good answer from our viewer. And then, sabi naman ni Aubrey Quinn, importante sa kanya ang time management. In her words, she said, it is important to us so that we could work and do our tasks smoothly. Dealing with school tasks is stressful, but with the help of time management, these certain tasks can make it easy as we do them. To avoid stress, plan to manage every time we have. Or to avoid stress, plan to manage every time we have. Tama yun, no? Time management talaga is one of the key elements to surviving finals.
Yeah, ma'am. That's right. Ang dami, pero meron pa tayong tip number 3.
Correct.
Sabi niyan, we can avoid unnecessary distractions. For example, yung mga eating out, tipid, yung mga personal problems or heartbreaks. So, hindi maiwasan yan. It's natural. Yung masyadong matagal na screen time, ito talaga yung nagkukos actually ng laziness and confidence. And of course, yung lack of motivation natin or yung procrastination attitude natin na parang ito yung mga pwede na. Pero meron kasi mga bagay na hindi dapat pwede na. Diba? Tulad ng sinabi ni Alan Rosario coming from a different perspective. Sabi niya, he eats his favorite food, shifts his focus, and hangouts with his friends. So, meron tayong mga iba-ibang coping mechanism. Pero kadalasan kasi, ito talaga mga unnecessary distractions yung nagli-lead sa atin para ma-stress tayo. Kaya, dapat focus lang tayo sa ating goal. Diba? We just
Yes.
motivate ourselves. Yun.
And
mga
sometimes
ganon.
kasi, di ba Ma'am Sam, the brain works in multiple avenues na parang nagsasabay-sabay lahat sila sa isip natin. So sometimes we tend to get distracted na hindi natin alam alin uunahin natin, nape-pressure tayo, na-anxious tayo. So we also recommend na dapat one at a time, prioritize what must be done first, and then eventually the others will follow suit na lang. And of course, kailangan, tama yung sinabi ni Ma'am Sam, maliban sa discipline ka, motivated ka, confident ka, at hindi ka tinatamad, we don't also settle for mediocre attitude. Yung tipong, ay, pwede na to kasi may isa pa akong deadline. Ay, pwede na yan kasi nirarush ko na. So, it's really a matter of being accountable and making sure na yung mga products or output mo, quality din despite the many quantity na ginagawa mo, right?
Yeah.
And going back a little bit lang, ma'am, dun sa ating tip number 1 from our live, sabi dito ni General Drew De Luna, who is a registered psychometrician, sabi niya, acknowledging your emotions and letting them go is a powerful self-care technique. Putting a name to your emotions can be validating. Say to yourself, I feel angry or I feel anxious. Accepting your emotions doesn't mean liking them, but recognizing they're there. Trying to push them down can make them stronger, which in time could harm you rather than help you. Ang ganda nun! Acknowledging your emotions. Actually, if
umaalis, gano'n.
correct. May nakita akong video ni Lily Reinhardt, if I said her last name correctly. Sabi niya, whenever she feels anxious, ang ginagawa niya, she talks to herself and she names her emotions. Like for example, oh, I don't feel good today and that's okay. Oh, I feel bad about it and that's okay. Kumbaga, you are becoming one with what you feel and you're acknowledging what you feel and not denying them and you address them as you feel them. That's a good advice from our viewer.
Yeah.
And also, ma'am, ha, mag-ano lang ako, quick shout out, ang daming nanonood sa atin. Kay Dwayne, hello Dwayne, good morning. Kay Loida, good morning. Kay Sir Ken, good morning. Kay Nemo, good morning. Kay Christine, good morning. John Patrick, Jess De Jesus, Sir Lay. I couldn't read one name because it's in Baybayin. And then Melissa is also watching. Ma'am Dolores Nieves Digo is also watching. Ma'am Eileen, Sir A, Sir Eric, Sir Jimmy, and Justin from Virginia. Good morning to all of you.
Grabe, international.
Correct, di ba? And then, meron pa tayong isang tip, Ma'am Sam. And this one is number 2. Okay. At importante din po ito. Get yourself a support network. By support network, pwedeng family, pwedeng friends, di ba? Halimbawa sa bahay, laging ikaw yung go-to person ng pamilya. Uy, bilhin mo to, bayaran mo to, gawin mo to, tulungan mo ako dito. Lahat sa'yo inaasa. We cannot avoid that naman, di ba? So, when you have an exam or a project upcoming, baka pwede natin maidaan sa mabuting usapan and ask your family or your friends, uy ha, for just today, for an hour or 3 hours, wag niyo muna akong aabalahin kasi kailangan kong mag-focus dito, kailangan kong mag-aral dito. Or if your friends are asking you to play basketball, drink out, and whatnot, pwede muna sigurong say no. After na ng exam, doon na tayo mag-noms, doon na tayo mag-party-party. But right now, the priority is really to finish all the projects and submit on time. Or, kung pwede naman din, nahihirapan ka on your own, how about you encourage your friends for a study group, di ba? Basta wala lang duplicity ng output, baka naman nagkopyahan, and then kung anong sinulat ni Juan, ganun din ang sinubmit ni Pedro, medyo academic, violation, di ba? Or if you don't get to talk to your classmates, you're not too close with them, and you cannot really meet them for a study group, maybe you can consult your teachers and your coaches. Hingi kayo ng advice from them. No, paano ba gawin ito? What can I do to make it easier, etc. And of course, you can also borrow notes or brainstorm with your classmates kapag talagang medyo nahihirapan na tayo. Kagaya nga ng sabi ni Patricia Ann Punzalan, ang kanyang coping mechanism is mag-rant. Mag-rant muna, pero meron siyang description. Magra-rant muna siya sa pinaka-safest na place or person, katapos gagawin na rin niya yung mga activity niya, kagaya ng mga plates. Siguro architect student or architecture student si Patricia. Ang ganda ng sinabi
possible.
niya, Ma'am Sam, no? Nasabi niya, pinaka-safest na tao or place.
Pinaka na safest pa.
Yeah. Diba? Superlative. Kasi nga naman, sometimes it's hard to open up with someone or to someone na hindi mo pwedeng pagkatiwalaan. So, kailangan talaga your thoughts, your emotions are safe with that person. Tama po ba, Ma'am Sam?
Kasi mahirap i-build talaga yung ganong trust. Lalo na kung mga rants.
Correct,
Ay,
'di ba? Kasi minsan nagrarant ka tapos biglang hindi naman makikisimpat siya sa iyo or ichichismis ka pa sa ibang tao. So you have to make sure talaga na yung pinag-open up mo, someone you can trust, right?
Mm-mm. Yeah. Sadly, pero we really need to accept the fact that we cannot please everybody.
Exactly.
Ayan. And of course, ma'am, let's go to the final tip. Dahil meron na lang tayong ilang minutes.
I know,
Meron na
bilis
dyan
ng isang
pa
oras.
yung mga viewers. Diba? In our final, but not the least, tip number 1 is let's be mindful. Kanina nabanggit na yung let's acknowledge our emotions. Dito naman, we have to check how we feel. If we are tired, sleepy, hungry, demotivated, or whatever. It's important na alam natin kung ano yung kilala natin yung sarili natin. Kasi if not, we cannot give what we do not have, di ba? Tapos
Exactly.
if we cannot have multiple tasks, let's focus on one task at a time. Tapos, huwag tayong overthinker na lagi natin ina-anticipate yung failure. Mag-focus tayo so what's in the plate right now, not yung for later. Yes, it's good na we can plan for later. Pero let's eye for what we have now. Kasi if we're going to overthink about what's next, hindi tayo matatapos. Sabi nga ni Sir Charles Aquino dito sa ating comment ay, kailangan natin ng proper mindset. We always try to remember why we got this far in our battles, in chasing our dreams. There are reasons why we keep fighting in spite and despite the struggles. Whatever that pushes us to catch our stars, that's something worth all the pain. Grabe yun.
O, diba?
Parang at the end of the day, our labor is not in vain. It's always worth the pain. Parang through that pain, we can learn from there. Let's go and move on, move forward. No, ganyan bagay.
Yes, at saka yung Ma'am Sam, yung principle ng potato and egg. Diba when you put a potato and an egg inside or into a boiling water, the egg gets hardened and the potato gets soft. So, we react differently to boiling waters, pero we still result to something beneficial. Kasi hodang lumambot ang patatas or naging hard-boiled ang itlog, yung process of the boiling water still leads us to something beneficial. So, kailangan talaga tiisin natin yung pain na yun because no pain, no gain. O, di ba? Yeah, and as a recap of the 5 tips based on our conversation, we have to be number 1, healthy physically, emotionally, and mentally. Number 2, organize and have a vision. We have to be focused and determined. That is number 3. And then number 4, we have to be with the right people. And number 5, we have to be self-aware of our responsibilities and our own emotions. Sana ay nakatulong itong ating mga topic or ating mga subtopic sa ating mga estudyante and even sa ating mga colleagues na nakakaranas ng pagkaaligaga at pangamba, no? Sa tuwing nagkakasabay-sabay ang mga trabaho at responsibilidad nila. Di ba nga, Ma'am Sam, pag magka-chat tayo, lagi kitang tinatanong at ikaw din tinatanong mo ko, kaya pa ba?
Kaya ba today?
Kaya ba today?
Yeah. In addition nga po, ma'am, sa ating mga tips and turns na napag-usapan today sa ating second segment, dun sa ating mga live viewers, I'm pretty sure na mayroon din silang mga tips and turns para sa kanila or yung mga fina-follow nila ganyan. Isa lang din siguro sa parang suggest ko is yung mga fina-follow natin na may nabasa kasi ako one time. Parang para daw malesan yung stress and overthinking natin. Huwag tayo mag-follow ng mga celebrities. Kasi parang yung expectations natin tumataas na parang gusto natin kung paano sila, mga ganon. Siyempre, mayroon mga times na hindi naman natin maiwasan, pero yung sa akin, I would recommend na let's follow yung mga worth it i-follow na kung saan they will really contribute in bringing out the best in us. Hindi yung parang makaka-feel lang tayo lalo ng stress. So, okay lang mag-unfollow, guys. Huwag tayong ma-feel guilty kasi it's about our our personal inner peace. O, diba? Personal na inner pa. Ikaw, baka may personal note ka dyan.
Hindi, I just have to agree with what you said kasi 'di ba, often we say we are what we eat. So kung mahilig tayong kumain ng processed food or junk food, medyo unhealthy yung habit natin. But in the same manner sa social media, we are also what we consume online. So kung yung mga pina-follow natin hindi nagiging inspiration sa atin, nagiging pressure lang or nagiging negative yung influence sa atin, we have the power naman to unfollow and not watch their content kasi yun nga, sabi mo nga, it's not helpful or beneficial to our body and to our mind. So, might as well avoid them kasi hindi naman talaga tayo nakakakuha ng positive things from them, right? But on a personal note, Miss Sam, ako po naniniwala ako na isa sa mga traits na dapat isabuhay natin or try natin i-practice sa everyday task natin is yung grit or GRIT, no? If I'm not mistaken, this is an element or a construct that was popularized by Angela Duckworth, or yung tinatawag nating strength of character. Kasi hindi naman natin 100% makokontrol yung environment natin, yung mga tao sa paligid natin, or yung mga dami ng stress na nare-receive natin sa buhay on a daily basis. Pero, if we can have the strength of character or grit na kaya nating lagpasan yung challenges, the tenacity, we can definitely survive not only the finals, pero even the challenges of life.
Yes, and that's right. And also, importante din talaga, and personally, this is the most important thing to me. We have to seek for the Lord's guidance. In everything that we do, we have to do it for His name and His glory. So, kahit kung po tayo para i-take yung test or i-pass yung project on oral defense, yun na malami at sabihin na, Lord, I came prepared. And this helped me win this. And I know that through the Lord, we will overcome. And sabi nga, ng Psalms 34:7, my favorite verse, delight yourself in the Lord and He will give you the desires of your heart. Kaya very vital talaga na we have to anchor our faith to the one who makes all the impossible things to become possible. Right,
yes. Amen to that, Miss Sam. Mahalaga din yung sinabi mo na you are prepared, ha? Dahil minsan yung stress natin, hindi naman dahil may exam or oral defense or yung may demo tayo. Stress tayo kasi hindi tayo handa. Like I always say this to my students, ang chemical sa katawan natin kapag excited at kabado tayo, pareho lang. It's just a matter of channeling the positive mindset. Okay lang kabahan, normal iyon. Okay lang din na mas stress, mas normal lang din iyon. Ang hindi normal ay yung alam mong may exam ka, may project ka, may defense ka, or may demo ka, pero wala kang ginagawa or wala kang ginawa. Kasi alam mo naman yung duties and responsibilities mo as a student and bare minimum talaga sa pag-aaral ang mga requirements. Kaya kailangan tibayan mo yung dibdib mo at yung mental state mo. Kaya giving up is not an option.
Yeah, and I agree with that, ma'am. This segment is truly inspiring and motivating. But then, of course, I have my work and I have a grad school to balance together in my personal life. I have also voluntary works. I have organizations outside DAB. So, kaya it's nice to have such conversations amplified para mas maramdaman din natin ng mga honorians na hindi tayo nag-iisa at parte talaga ng mga buhay natin bilang estudyante. Empleyado man yung mga challenges dahil sabi ng ganyan, kapag wala na daw tayong nararanasan na pain at challenges, ibig sabihin wala na tayo dito sa earth. Diba?
Correct.
Parang ayun yung nagsasabi na we are still alive.
It's nice to be alive because of all these challenges, isn't it? Kaya naman, sa puntong ito ng ating programa ay nais naming pasalamatan ang lahat ng nakibahagi at nagbahagi ng kanilang mga pagbati, ideas, and experiences na talaga namang lalong nagpalalim sa ating talakayan. And of course, I would like to make a quick hello to Francis Mercado who's watching us right now. Sir John Paul who's watching us right now. Pasensya na, hindi na kita na-chat kahapon sa ating collab. Also, Sir Jared Manalastas is watching. Sabi ni Sir Francis, good morning, Madam V. God bless and more power to Davsu Radio Escolar. Thank you very much. He's one of our alumni. And then Sir Edward Allen Manaloto is also watching. Panlilio Mark is watching. Sir Raven De Jesus is also watching. Dr. Grace T. Concepcion is also watching. Ma'am Vanessa Rose Salas is watching. And Ma'am Bernadette Lapus Lazatin. They're all watching us right now. Thank you very much for tuning in to Radio Escolar. What about you, Ma'am Sam? Do you have some greetings over?
Yeah, and of course, shoutout ko na din ang aking inay. Nakita ko siya dito magmula nag-umpisa hanggang ngayon. Shoutout to you, my mother. And dito sa aking katabi, Sir Carlo, kanina pa siya nakatutok sa atin. And nakita ko din
Hi,
dito
Sir
si
Carlo.
Ma'am Jera. Hi, Ma'am Jera. I hope okay lang po kayo dyan. Happy lunch po.
Yes, and
dito
also,
sa
ma'am.
ating mga kapitbahay na all the way from Canada. O, di ba,
Oh
mga
my
international talaga tayo.
Yes.
Hello po sa
oo.
inyong lahat. Ayan.
Correct.
And we want to remind you again po na yung ongoing application for Radio Escolar volunteers, please make sure to follow our official Facebook pages, yung DABSU, yung Prelo, Radio Escolar, and of course, yung YouTube account is DABSU 1861. Ayan, i-follow po natin lahat yan para tuloy-tuloy po ang ating mga conversations and interactions like our brand.
Correct. Yes. And also, Ma'am Sam, in addition to our reminders, maglalambing lang po tayong very, very light sa ating mga alumni. We have posted this link wherein we are inviting for alumni partnership and linkages. So kung hindi po kayo busy, kindly take time to fill out the form so that we know how to connect and reconnect with you dito sa ating institution. And of course, time check, it's now 11:08 in the morning. We've extended a few minutes since we have an enriching discussion. But this has been our third segment, Miss Sam. And like always, it was a fun time with you. Salamat for co-hosting with me.
My pleasure, ma'am. Tune in for more chikahan at makabuluhang usapan next Wednesday, 10 a.m. dito sa Radyo Escolar. This is Mom Sam.
And this is Bianca,
This is Radyo Escolar.
your campus on air. See you again next week. Bye.
See you. Yay!